Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're going to be talking about why this Greninja is worth more than 30th anniversary. Now, I gotta say, that last video exploded way more than I was expecting for a little channel like mine. Thank you all so much for watching, and obviously this has kind of hit a sore spot in the community, so clearly I need to talk about it a little bit more. But I want to give you guys the answer on why I believe that the 30th anniversary ETB is not going to be worth as much as a lot of people think it will be. And one of the main factors is that a promo will make or break a product. Now, I've talked about promos in the past and how even the worst of sets can completely flourish based off of a promo. And I have a good collection of promos, and I've seen the ups and the downs of them. I'll show them to you in a little bit, actually. One of the things that makes this particular ETB with the 30th be so mid, in my opinion, is the Nidorina promo. The Nidorina is a good Pokemon for a casual fan, but it is not a hardcore, everybody wants it Pokemon. You go back to the 25th anniversary and you get a shiny Gold Star Greninja? Guys, that right there is like the total difference between a good ETB promo and a mid ETB promo. And sometimes a set value itself can eclipse it and make it to where the ETB is worth something more anyways. There's a lot of nuance to this. However, if there's another product that comes out that has a ton of packs, most likely you would see this in regular main sets with booster boxes. The booster box will take the dominance, right? Now, sometimes you have specialty sets where that's not the case. There is no booster box, right? And one of the examples of where the promo is good, but it is devalued by the ETB based off of other products is Prismatic Evolutions. If there are other products that have mass amounts of packs to get people the ability to rip something, that will take the prominent dominance of the product itself, right? So an ETB will not be worth as much to a collector as a UPC or an SPC or even a good collection box. Now, there's a lot of nuance, like I said. It could depend on the size, it can depend on the initial wave and how much gets put out. But if we get something that is printed into oblivion and it has a weak ETB promo, it's not going to be worth very much. There's a lot of mid products that had good ETB promos, such as the Obsidian Flames Charmander. That Charmander carries the whole freaking set. That Charmander promo is worth almost as much as the entire chase card of Obsidian Flames. And Obsidian Flames is an okay set, but you look at what we've had been released over the last couple of releases, and they're not incredible. They're okay. I would argue they're better than Nidorina. I mean, this, pitch black one, Zarude's okay. I don't know many people who are actively looking for Zarude, to be honest. But then you go to like Chaos Rising, you got a Fennekin. A Fennekin is a starter. It was some people's first ever Pokemon, so it totally makes sense that Fennekin would be a good ETB promo to have and keep in the collection. And for that reason, I would be picking up stuff like Chaos Rising over 30th at this point. You also have like Perfect Order. Perfect Order had that Tyrant promo. It's not a popular Pokemon, but Tyrant is considered to be a very cool Pokemon in general. And we don't have many Tyrant cards. So that makes that particular ETB worth a little bit more. And if you're sleeping on it, you're going to regret it later down the line. I would much prefer getting 3 of those than one Pokemon 30th anniversary ETB. So I'm probably going to go and start scooping up Chaos Rising and Perfect Order while everybody fights over this stuff. But guys, I mean, I am a collector. Let me show you here my little list here. I gotta set this down so you can see what's going on in my binder. But I'll show you my binder. This is my personal collection, right? And you can see my first ever business card, Tigress TCG Den. Check us out. Use promo code Pikachu30 for a free pack in your next order. But guys, we get into a promo page, and I try to collect every single one I can. I've got a good selection here. You got like the Snorlax. The Snorlax is a very good Pokemon to have. You have the Eevee, but then you have things like Pecharunt. Pecharunt's cool, but it ain't that cool. Wobbuffet's kind of a situation where you have a decent Pokemon, but the set itself is worth more than the Pokemon's value in terms of popularity. So Destined Rivals as a set carries everything, right? But Destined Rivals was a very limited product. There wasn't that much printed. So it makes sense that the booster box is like $700, $600, $500, depending on the time of release and when you got it at the market prices, because at one point it was insane. But the ETB, I mean, it took a while to climb because of the scarcity of the ETB. It wasn't because of the promo, but some things come out hot and instantly the promo will make it be all the difference. I mean, you think of Hidden Fates with the stained glass birds. That's a very, very popular promo. But, you know, there's opportunity in other places, and I really feel, well, I'm gonna put the mic right here. I really feel that that Greninja that I've been showing you guys, I have it right here, sealed, is worth more than the entire 30th combined at this point. I mean, let me take that back. The entire 30th promo cards, except for the SPC, and perhaps some of the battle decks, right? But we see that with like the other ones. But then, you know, you have like your regular stuff. You have box toppers. These ones are really good. You should start picking those up. You have things like the Bulbasaur box topper. Yeah, I don't want to carry this anymore. It weighs like 20 pounds. But the promo itself will make the difference. Guys, I strongly recommend you avoid picking up these at outrageous prices. Go back in time, find some of those hidden gems, and pick those up instead. You're not going to regret it. I just saw someone post about older sets, and the first thing that came to my mind was Dragon's Majesty. I went ahead and looked it up, and Dragon's Majesty is now $1,000 for an ETB, and that doesn't have a promo. So imagine some of these lower end, not sought after sets that will not be reprinted. Things like Shrouded Fable, you know, Journey Together is a really good one because Journey Together didn't have much ETBs and it has a pretty solid promo in it. But those kind of sets are going to eclipse the 30th for sure. And then if you want, later on when the 30th is readily available and you can go buy it, you could sell one of those ETBs, make a little bit of a profit, and then go grab all of those, basically trade it in and get those instead, and then boom, you're good. I mean, you're gonna have so much opportunity to open up packs at 30th. I wouldn't be panicking on buying all this stuff. There's gonna be so many small ancillary products, and I would just be thinking to myself, what do I currently not have in my collection that I think is worth picking up for a fraction of the price of the 30th? And there's a lot of opportunity out there. I would focus on promo cards. That's my advice. Imagine if this card had a Pokemon Center stamp. I'm just saying, this is the way to go. See ya.